today.
It is just incredible what the Avalanche have done so far. Best record in the NHL, 21-2-7 on pace, as Steve was talking about, for 133 points. Josh Manson tangles beneath the goal line there with Lundell and skated out by Lehkonen on this top line for Colorado. And here is Nate McKinnon. Marty Necas weaving through the slot, fed it off. Here's a shot. Score! Sam Malinsky and the Avs strike first.
The Panthers get a nice forecheck in. You see behind the net, Lundell is trapped back there. Josh Manson sitting on top of him. And as the Avalanche race up the ice, here's the player that came on the ice for Manson. It's Sam Malinsky. Malinsky's going to jump into the play. Heads up feed from Necas. And that's Lundell late into the play. He had to get up, get back to his feet, and he couldn't catch Malinsky. And it's relentless. Look, here's another 2-on-1.
On a feed from Landeskog. Nichushkin is dumped by Tarasov. Tuesday in Nashville, they went to overtime and then a shootout loss, 4-3 against the Predators. Net front, McKinnon swept it across, and Tarasov made the stop. So many luminaries back in the building here in Denver. They just spun it toward the net. A shot is denied by Tarasov.
You know, as we get close to when the teams will get picked, I mean, there is probably 13 or 14 of them in this game on both sides.
That Jared Bednar was telling us pregame, they don't really practice. They identify what their issues are, and this team is so veteran and so locked in and has been since camp. They just recover and fix. Gregor speeding in, scores! An answer for the Panthers, and we're tied at 1.
If he's in a straight line, he's got good direct speed. The Avs do not get the puck deep here, and they're changing. You see, Girard comes in late. Taves is on the other side of the ice. He thinks that Girard's going to be able to get to him, but now the two Avs defensemen can't get over quick enough. And this is a really good shot by Noah Gregor as he goes up under the bar.
4 points out of third in the Atlantic at the start of the night. 5 points out of first in the Atlantic. Here's a turnover. Can't do that. McKinnon with a shot. It came for 3 overtimes. You saw in the only goal clinched the cup as the sweep against the Panthers. Rebound in front, turned aside by Tarasov on Brock Nelson, and then Florida lifts to center for Carter Verhaeghe since coming back. He moves it along for Brad Marchand. Beats it back. One-timer Jones. Blackwood made the stop with Reinhart parked in front. Reinhart on the turn off the skate of Taves. Marchand on the retrieval. Gets it back along the half wall. Flip one through to Reinhart. And another stop from Blackwood.
Really struggled since Connor Hellebuck has gone out. He's back skating and ready to play pretty quickly.
Cale Makar with a wrister up high. Loose for Nelson. Score!
Brock Nelson's 12th of the year. It starts with his face-off win. Really good help from the Avalanche wingers. And then Tarasov can't really get to the puck. It comes to the front of the net to where Lundell and Nelson are. This shot hits Lundell, and look at Nelson squeezes it into the left side of the net. Tarasov's going to spread that left leg as far as he can.
So 11 of those have come now in these last 22 games in his first full year with the Avalanche. Net front backhand. Blackwood makes a big-time stop on Verhaeghe. Sam Bennett on the draw, but it's won by Brock Nelson for Colorado in the D-zone. And out flipped ahead for Lehkonen. Nelson. Lehkonen is stopped by Tarasov. Kept alive for Malinsky. A shot whistled wide. On Gavin Brindley, who tangled behind the play. Malinsky skated it up ice, and now on the turn. In over the line. Here's Brindley's shot. Saved by Tarasov.
That he was going to be out, as Maurice had told us last week when we were in there. He's like, well, we don't have a timeline because we don't really know much about how quickly a player can come back from this.
Down the center of the ice, here's Burns. A shot, save, rebound, score! Gavin Brindley puts the Avs up by 2.
games. He's now got 5 on the year. Here it is again, a pinch up the wall by Petrie, and then Samoskevich and Rodriguez converge on the same player. That opens up the man advantage break, the rush up the ice. Brent Burns is all alone in the middle of the ice. His shot hits Tarasov.
Gerard gains speed through center, flips for Nate McKinnon on the entry, pulls up on Seth Jones. Gerard pumps at the line. Gerard looking for a lane. McKinnon out high with a wrist. An Avalanche onslaught.
His speed through the middle of the ice backs everybody deep into the zone. Gerard just laid off this puck to him. Then he and McKinnon will play catch. Look at the traffic in front. That's Lehkonen, who never gets quite enough credit for all that he does for the Avs. He's set up shop in front. And McKinnon, that's 5 shots on goal. As you know what happens, though, things happen fast, right?
Sure do.
And here's EJ now retired, joining the media.
Doing ride-alongs with Landeskog. All alone, Arturi Lehkonen. Again.
Brindley's going to look up here on the breakout, and back behind the Panthers is Arturi Lehkonen. I mentioned earlier, I don't think Lehkonen gets recognized for all the good work he does around the puck, supporting Natchez.
For Colorado, McKinnon with a shot. Blocker saved Tarasov. Makar along the line. Makar, one-timer. Marty Natchez on the power play for the Avs.
Of course it's offside. They run the power play. It works really well. It's off the board, and it's still 5-1.
The play was offside, no goal.
Except this power play that starts with about 50 seconds left here in the third period. These teams in particular, they got 7 and 6 guys at least that are going to be in the Olympics. Like, how will they respond?
Score! Stanika White did net front, and then Eetu Luostarinen came crashing in. I think the first angle would make you think it's not. I think if there's a case to be had that it is a distinct kicking motion, it would be from the overhead view, but is there enough there to say that it was a distinct kicking motion from Luostarinen?
After video review, the call on the ice is overturned. It was a kicked-in puck. Face off of the outside.
Yoel Kiviranta, to your point, fourth-line winger, did not come back to the bench at the start of the second. So the Avalanche have been shorthanded since then. Nelson from Manson, a shot, swallowed up on the reload. Rebound, score! Gabe Landeskog.
Forecheck in the corner will lead to the Landeskog goal. Look where Landeskog is, and as the puck gets moved from the side to side, Landeskog is in all alone. He's got plenty of time to take this from his backhand to his forehand as this goes through the Natchez screen off the deflection, and Landeskog slides, right? Like it could go, you play all year for to make the playoffs, to get a great seeding.
Fine play here, sets up Rodriguez, back to Greer, they score! Mackie Samoskevich, after some great work by A.J. Greer, set that all in motion.
Real nice effort play by Greer as he pokes it by Gerard. Now the scramble is on. 2 passes later, Samoskevich gets to dunk it into the empty net. Rodriguez will make 1 pass. And
we would love to maybe deal with some adversity at some point. Like, do you want your peak later in the season? You'll take it for sure. Absolutely.
See, this race is no fair.
McKinnon.
That's a penalty shot.
On Ekblad. Yes, it is.
There was no chance for Aaron Ekblad in this race. So he tries to, he's got a great backhand when he dekes. He'll move the puck quickly, and at some point he'll get going a little quicker.
McKinnon moving in, backhand stops by
well read.
Tarasov. It's been a historic start to this season for the Avalanche, and it continues. 6-2 the final. The Avs over the Panthers.